It's like almost two.
All the way.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It is April 7th, 2025, and I will be taking you on a journey with me throughout my week of what it's like behind the scenes to have a mental health business, coaching business, and be wife and mom all at the same time. Now, one of the main reasons I am doing this is one, I really love vlogging. I really love taking y'all behind the scenes because sometimes we just see things put together and we don't know how it's being put together. And typically when I meet with clients and customers in the community, they come up to me and ask me something like, how do you do it all? And I'm like, I don't. And so that has been a really great discussion that I've had behind the scenes with therapists, social workers, healers, moms, CEOs, women entrepreneurs, and all the things. And so I thought that I would mix the blend of my love for vlogging, just being me and not necessarily needing to script anything. This is not a webinar, and just taking you along the ride of my joyous and sometimes maybe even just mundane, boring life, right? So it's gonna be a great week. Right now, I'm actually on my way to grab some gas, get a car wash, and then I'm going to head to the grocery store. And then I'll break down once I get stationary, because I'm in my car right now. Once I get stationary, then I'm going to walk you through how I set up my week, because for me, day one is on Sunday. So let's go ahead and go get some gas and get this car washed. Hey y'all, so while I am filling up the gas tank, and just quick tip, your girl brings any type of gloves to fill up the car when I'm not with my husband. He's outside with the kids, and so that's a task within itself. So I'm like, let me go to the car wash and fill up the tank because we are doing something fun today. So before I go to the grocery store, so let me run you through my week. And like I said, when I get home, I will walk you through showing you like my Notion board that I have been using inconsistently, but I really want to get good back at like my productivity hack with being able to create something that I can follow that keeps me focused throughout the month. And then that breaks down to like weekly goals, etc. So this Sunday today, because we have our eldest son with us, you know, teenage vibes, you know, they ain't with us all the time. And so I woke up and said, you know what, let's go to Top Golf. They just built one by our house and we haven't done that in a long time. So let's go ahead and get out the house and have some fun in the sun. And then we can still get back home, get the kids prepared for school and cook dinner. So we're going to do that today around 3 o'clock. So we'll take y'all with us. And that's pretty much all we have for today. On tomorrow, I have a team meeting at 9:30 to 10 where we really sit down and look at how we're preparing for what's coming up in the week, and answering any questions that my team members have for me to support them with what they do behind the scenes. And then I have two one-on-one Zoom calls with our VIP clients who are working on scaling their business as mental health therapists. But my day ends tomorrow in terms of like face-to-face time with people at 12 o'clock. And then on Tuesday, this may change as of Friday, but it may change as of tomorrow. We're still waiting for the final word. I was scheduled to do a workshop at the nonprofit down in LA on Tuesday morning. And then I might, if I go there, then I'll stay and record a podcast with one of the community members. And then in the evening, I then go to the juvenile facility. And in the mix of that, me and my husband are double teaming because my son has an eyeglass appointment that evening. And then on Wednesday, your girl got to get her hair done. You know when I need my hair done, just by the way, every time you see a headband. When you see a headband, just know TK got to get her hair done. So I get my hair done early at 8 o'clock on Wednesday morning. And then I have a interview for our VIP scale programs, or to see if the clinician needs to be matched with another program. And that's something that I was doing pretty much all of March when we didn't have group open enrollment. On Thursday, I have a boot camp at 10 o'clock in the morning. So y'all will see behind the scenes this week of the beginning phase, not the beginning phases of a launch, but like the action in launch, in play. So I'll make sure to like break that down and talk to y'all through like what I'm doing. Especially if you want to have a coaching program or any type of digital products or online workshop, I'm going to be walking you through what I'm doing. And as I'm doing that, if you have questions, just drop them below and then I'll, be happy to, answer whatever I can. Now on Friday starts my husband's celebration. So I actually, I made an appointment for my husband to get a birthday massage and facial. He has been wanting to get facial for so long. So I decided to book him that. While he's doing that, I have one-on-one calls on Friday with a total of 4 clients. So the way that I cluster my clients, it's typically 2 hours on, 1 hour off, and then 2 hours on, because I do 1 week in the whole month of seeing my one-on-one clients. However, because it's his birthday weekend, I just decided to bang them out back to back, because I have like 15 minutes in between each, only because like I want to celebrate him for that evening. Ooh, they card loud. And then on Saturday, we have a couple's manicure, pedicure, or I got to get my nail fixed. So we're going to go to the nail shop on Friday. Also, my sister will be watching my son from Friday to Sunday. So what we've also tried to do is like swap months where she'll watch the kids, and we're trying to build up to a full weekend because both of these kids they just some mama's boys, boy. And they just like so used to being at home where when either my nephew comes over my house or my son goes over there, by the second day they're both crying like at each other's houses, saying, I want my mom, I want to go home. So we're trying to work our way up to a weekend. Cause you know, these kids ain't built. Like I used to get shipped off for a whole damn month. You feel me? All the way to, Arkansas or Portland, a whole month. And so, so we are going to do dinner. I just don't know if we're going to do dinner on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I'm really trying to do like one thing a day. I do want to have one of those days us be out the house. And for us right now is really about us spending time with each other without the kids. And so we were going to go out of town, but truth be told, we're planning this whole big summer vacation situation. I'll break that down in another video, but it is a lot going on in July. And considering just like honestly all the stuff that's happening in the economy, we got our plane tickets and all that stuff. So like budget, that isn't a issue. We've already set aside the money for the things that we want to do, but we still want to stack up. We still want to buy a home in the future. And that's one thing that I do want to talk more about on my channel because I'm an entrepreneur. I'm not a W-2 employee of any sort. And, I really want to walk out through that process. And that's one of the things that I am experimenting with right now because I tried the whole split the YouTube channel. And I do have a second YouTube channel where I may post more Disney stuff, but I find that I start compartmentalizing my personality, and I don't like that because if you like me, you like me. That means you accept me for all of me. And I don't feel like, due to the algorithm, I need to separate myself. I just need to get really creative. As an entrepreneur, please listen to this. I just have to get really creative about how I choose to present myself on this platform to still speak to my ideal clients. And my ideal clients are still therapists, social workers, healers, those who work in the service provider field, who want to have their own business and be successful in their life. Okay. So I feel like I can do that. So my gas has stopped. Let me put on my glove. Let me go get this car wash and then let's go grocery shopping. Receipts don't lie. $103.86. $103 damn dollars. I don't know if you can see this. $103 for 19.637 gallons. Now, I do, what is it? Premium. Because if you want a premium car, you got to get that premium gas. I'm not complaining. I'm blessed. But god damn. All right, let's go and get this car washed. Did a quick little vacuum, didn't do anything extra. I've went back and forth with like car washes near my home. This car wash, it is a little bit less. It is closer to our house. Our kids do get, or my youngest son does get credit toward his like PTO, like the parent association thing. They do donate like 10% of everything that we spend. And because I do drive this car for business, it's kind of like hitting two things at one time. I went ahead and did the monthly membership where I can keep the car clean. And I'll tell you why we're actually hyper focusing on the cleanliness of the car, which you should do anyway. But like, I really get into these manifestation modes where I'll tell you in a second. We did the monthly membership. It donates to my son's school. And my goal is to come here once a week, and whether it's me or my husband, to keep the car clean. Now, I was not prepared with what was different with the other car wash. The other car wash actually further by our house, probably like 15 minutes. This one is like 5. But it has the sponges, like, to actually dry off your car. And I realized when I got here, like, oh wait, they don't have that. And so I need to go to my to-do list, which I'll show you what I got up for this month. But one of the things that I do is I use my trade lines. And so I work with our operations manager, and she helped me build business credit fairly quickly within 90 days because I followed her step-by-step plan for one of my businesses. And so I need to do it for my mental health business because I have 2 different S corps. And so I really want both businesses to have 2 lines of credit where I can have, you know, business trade lines where I can get like office supplies and all the things, because that stuff really comes in handy, especially for like my coaching business, because when I have all these events, I still pay for it out of pocket, but I can get it in bulk and I'm building credit at the same time. And so if that's something that you would also like to hear more about, or maybe y'all want me to bring her on for a podcast to talk about business credit, why it's important to your business, even as a W-9 sole prop, but there are stipulations, of course, if you don't have a corporation or LLC. But I mean, she can educate you on that. And so let me know below if just put business credit, like, interested, and I can like pull her on the podcast. I mean, she's more than down like to come on the podcast, but I want to bring her on to talk about something because she's like a bundle wealth of knowledge. But I want her to come on and talk about something that you actually want to hear about, not just something that I think you want to hear about. So so I'm gonna go and order some stuff this week to build up credit, but also get things for the office and for when we travel, for events that are coming up. I like to do that stuff in advance. So that's that. Now, in terms of the abundant manifestation thing that I was referring to, I currently, this morning, had a conversation with my youngest son, and he's been watching the Royalty Family. I'm actually tagging them in this video, but he always watches like their videos, and he sees when they give away these iPhones and stuff. He's like, I want to do an iPhone. I like the video. He's 7. And he don't understand that because he's watching an older video. He gets like sad when they've already presented somebody else with an iPhone in the next video. And we're like, the video is old, you know, like it's like last year or something like that. And so they have a lot of videos, and they have millions, like 20 million or something, like crazy subscribers. And so he, you know, loves their home. They do live somewhere out here in California. And we, you know, talk to both of our kids about how it is really important that they take care of the home that they currently have. And it doesn't mean that we're not going to get, you know, our dream home. But for me, you know, let me know if you agree or not. I think you'll be with me. Is if you really want to manifest something that's like at your next level, you should probably take care of what you already have access to. So we're trying to teach a 7 and a 14-year-old how to take care of the back seat of this car and of our Honda. How when both cars are in the garage and you open up the truck door, stop hitting the Honda door, because the Honda, you can see it because it's black. Literally, if you go on the left-hand side, that thing is scraped up. I'm like, and I feel bad, like, oh my God, I need to take care of my baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my commuter car when I got out of my last luxury sedan. Like, I need a regular car that can get me to these juvenile halls, juvenile camps, because I was driving a lot back then. I got both of these cars well over 10 years ago. They're both a 2015. So nevertheless, we want a new car. We want a new home. But if I'm going in the order, not saying that God can't get me both at the same time, you know what I'm saying? But if I'm going in order of which I would prefer first, it would be a home, you know, and then next I would want a car, but I also want a car that I want. And so we've been talking to our son about like how he watches these videos, and I'm like, you know, I don't never want to rob him of his dream. Do not do that to kids. Like, we can't have that. What you want that for? Like, yeah, we can have a big house, but then I'll reinforce it and say, you know, if we want a big house, that means you got to sleep in your room because you creeping in our room, 7-year-old, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we're going to have all these rooms, what's the point of having a room right now if you're not going to sleep in a room in that big house? Why would you want this big old house if you're going to stay in this little corner? And he like, well, I'm going to sleep in my room. I said, and I'm trying to teach both of them, you're not going to automatically treat your stuff well just because you have the newer version. At some point, it's going to get old. And for kids, hell, that could be 24 hours, you know? So we're like, take care of the cars, take care of the home. This morning we told him, you know, I was sitting in the living room and he said, well, you know, their house is clean. And I said, our house is clean, but they, you know, he sees a different house than his. And so I said, well, how's their house clean? And he said, oh, because they don't wear their shoes in the house. I said, neither do we, but I keep trying to tell you to leave your shoes at the house and you'll run up the stairs. And then he just looked at me, and he's a smart kid, right? And so I said, what else? He said, well, my room is, I said, is your room clean? He said, no. And I said, why isn't it clean? Because I cleaned it up the other day. I did a deep cleaning when you weren't here. He said, because all my shoes are like messy under the bed. I said, but I straightened them up. So does that mean that you can clean them? And he was like, yeah. I said, okay. So I looked around the living room and I said, for example, whose stuff is all this on the entertainment center? He said, mine. I said, could you clean it up? He said, yes. I said, okay. You pulled the, you know, I was just pulling out things like, you know, you just pulled all this stuff on the floor from the couch. Could you keep it neater? He was like, yeah. I said, so you're saying you want a cleaner house, but you're not keeping your stuff clean, right? And he was like, oh, you know, but we have to say that to him like every day just to teach him like basic responsibilities. And so, that's what we're in combo with our kids right now. And how that relates to the car wash is, when I start getting really emotionally tapped into what I desire, I also up the ante with making sure that I'm taking care of what we have. So I'm in a spring cleaning era. I just cleaned out my bathroom. What's next on my notion boards, which I'll show y'all soon by the end of the day, or by tomorrow. I will show you my notion board where I have like a checklist of things that I want to do in my bedroom, in terms of like cleaning out and decluttering. And then one of the things that I'm kind of like stuck with my car, and let me know if you've ever been in this season. I've been in it a few times, but it's a little different now because I'm more mature. And I'm not willing to like hop into a new car and take on a car note, whether it's through my business or not, unless it's a car I really, really want. And I think because I'm so focused on the house, I don't even know what car I want. I know what cars I'm attracted to, but then I also need to think practical. Like, will I actually be able to drive that car for work from where I live to where I work? And the answer is absolutely not. Like, I need to take that Honda and roll with it, right? And so I don't want an electric car. And I mean, you know, this dude, y'all know who I'm talking about, is like losing his damn mind anyway. So I don't even want the dang on car that I thought I wanted now, because I'm like, nah, I'm good. And I also don't just want to park and like charge up a car. Like, that's like the way our life rolls. I'm just like, I don't know if I want that right now. And so this is a 2015 truck. It's a BMW X5. And I got the car certified pre-owned when my youngest son was like 3 weeks old, because my husband had got rid of his car. We were down on one car, but it wasn't a big deal because both kids weren't in school. Just had the other one. I had a C-section. I was at home. But we had realized at some point we got to get a second car. So I had a great opportunity with my credit, personal credit at the time, where my credit union had extended me a $50,000 car loan with a 3% interest rate. No money down. I thought it was a joke. And then I called and they were like, yeah, come and get the check. Just find a car. And they said, as long as it's new or certified pre-owned. So I found a certified pre-owned, because I had done this thing with like my Lexus truck, with my Mercedes. All of those cars were certified pre-owned. Like, to me, that was my way to go, because it gave me an extra level of warranty. And I didn't have to pay a brand new price. And so I have not had a brand new car since like the Honda and my Toyota Corolla. Like, all of my luxury cars have been certified pre-owned. And so where I'm at right now with this car is 2 years ago, it started tripping out with the maintenance. And we still have some maintenance things that are going on. But when you got a foreign car, it's a whole nother ballgame. But I'm okay with that, because when you invest in a luxury car, you have to have the luxury maintenance money. But now we're outside of a scope of extra coverage per se. And on top of that, it's like, now it's time to get the tires done. So we got 2 tires replaced. It's $2,500, right? So we got 2 tires replaced. In the next 2 weeks, we're going to get the next 2 tires, which we're done. We didn't want to get no cheap tires because we'll be back because of where we live at. It does get cold. It does get extra hot. So I don't want, and we drive. We do not want tires on this car where I'm going to have to turn right back around in a year and have to get more. That's a waste of money. You might as well just invest in like the right pair of jeans so you don't have to keep busting out the seams and getting a new pair every year. And so it's $2,500, the best deal we can find with warranties for our tires. And those last like for 3 to 5 years. And then we need to get brakes, and I need to get brakes because we just got the brakes replaced on the Honda. And we need, you know, if you know anything about brakes, you want to get them replaced before they get down to the point where they grinding, and then you got to pay extra money for that too. So it's like every time we think like, oh, we're free and clear, you know, we ain't got a car, no nothing. It's like, boom, here's another bill. Like, oh, we about to pay off this one credit card. Boom, let me put this money up. Like, let me know if I'm the only person. And so when I be talking about like this economy, what I'm referencing is I personally feel it too. I don't care how much money I make. It doesn't mean that I don't watch my money. And every time I think that I got a plan to be extra abundant for this month or planning something for the next 3 months, something slaps us in the face again. I'm human. And I'm just here to tell you, whether you make $500, a couple of thousand, a couple of $100,000, or a couple of million, we're not immune to like things happening around us. Are we blessed to be able to pay for it? Yes, but it doesn't mean that we don't need to budget for it because we didn't expect it. Or maybe something comes up that is a lot sooner than what I anticipated. And that's the season that we're in right now. Is like every time we think we're ahead, is like something come from all the way right. And it could be something like simple, like, oh, you got to go to the doctor. Oh, here's an extra dental bill that's not covered. And I'm like, bro, like, come on. And so we are okay. We're great, you know, but I feel you if you are in that season. So let me know below. Are you in that season where you like, damn, every time I feel like I'm getting 5 steps, you know, far, then it's like something in the wind hit you 10 steps back. So, all right, let me go in this grocery store because I cannot be late to our Top Golf appointment and it is hella hot. This camera probably burning. I need to give it a break. So I'm gonna take y'all a little bit in the grocery store with me. But I actually have a Instacart list. So I have an Instacart list. What I did is I put everything in my Instacart so that I can stay true to the game and stay true to this budget that I got, because I am not in a season of buying all these groceries that go bad in 3 days. All right, y'all. Did pretty good on the Instacart app. I pretty much stayed to what I wanted to get. There were a few other things that I picked up, but I stayed under $200. That's my goal in California, is to stay under $250 a week. Crazy, right? But wiping my hands. I use these wipes from Amazon. It's called Peppermint Eucalyptus Aloe. It's this brand, and they smell so good. So I got a pack of 3. So I need to actually put one in the car, but wipe my hands down. And then I'm gonna text my husband to tell him and these boys to get ready. It's only 4 bags. A lot easier than going to, you know, Costco or whatever, and Sam's Club. But I'm gonna text them and tell them, like, on my way, need help, per usual. So go to the grocery store right around the corner from the house. So I'm gonna go home. Our neighbors are actually gonna go with us with their 2 boys to golfing today. We couldn't get in contact with some family members because the bay that I booked, you can book up to 6 people. And when I went in and added like 2 more people to our party, it didn't even increase the rate. So I guess it's just, you get the bay for 6 people. So I was like, I don't know if anybody else want to go. And it's crazy because people have been hitting my husband up. I know it was last minute, but they've been hitting my husband up and saying like, what are you doing for your birthday? And we got this running joke was like, for what? Like, you gonna take me somewhere? Because I'll link up his birthday vlog from last year, but I announced it on Super Bowl last year when we were at his sister's house, my sister-in-law's house, and everybody was on board to go. And then when it was down, when it came down to time to put that deposit down for Airbnb, because see, this is the person that I am. I don't mind planning a trip, but I am no longer the person. This ended 10 years ago. I learned my lesson. I am not the person who's gonna put everything on my credit card. You out your living mind. If I don't have the money when it's time for me to make a deposit, I will make alternative arrangements, but I will still go. So we ended up staying at the Cosmopolitan Hotel because we went from like 15 people within weeks down to one, and the one was the person who actually lived in the house with us, so that didn't count because they were getting the Airbnb. He was like, well, I still want to get an Airbnb for him and his people, and I was like, well, y'all go get an Airbnb. I said, if it's just me and my husband, you know, then we're gonna go ahead and stay on the strip since we doing everything over there anyway. And you know, I don't feel like making up my bed anyway. I don't feel like, you know, cleaning the bathroom anyway. So let's go ahead and just live it up. And it was cool. We actually got an upgrade to a 1-bedroom Cosmopolitan suite, and so it was just fabulous. And so I'll link that video up below, but I'm about to head into these gates, get the stuff out this car, and then we need to actually get dressed because we need to leave in about an hour, but I also need to put these groceries up. And so I will see y'all at Topgolf. What's up, everybody? So we made it to Topgolf. We met our neighbors here. We do have golfs in between us, or the bays. They couldn't get us next to each other, but they did get us on the same floor. So we're about to head upstairs. We are in bay 207. So here is Topgolf. We are in Ontario, California, and it's a bar area. We are in bay 207, so we are down here. All right, so we got everybody registered. Looks like we do need to choose which game we're gonna play. So we got Sonic, Angry Birds. We need to choose. Hold on. Okay, so we're actually moving about 20 bays down. Our neighbor was able to get us side by side, so we're going to start our game over, or they're going to transfer our game. So we're going to walk down to 230 and 232 so that we can be closer. But we ordered some mac and cheese bites, some flatbread cheese pizza, some drinks, and then we also, I think my husband ordered some wings. So let's have some fun at Topgolf. So here's our new bay. Well, we got lower seats. All right, so looks like they have to set it up. This ain't us. But here's our new little shindig. Whoa! Ready, set, go. Keep your feet planted. Yeah, keep your feet planted like that. Good job. Yeah.
Oh! That was definitely high. That was definitely very high. Oh my god! Even though that was high. I definitely do that. I definitely do that. Even though it's high, it still has to make it one of the goals. Let's see if we can make it into the white one.
The white one is like almost two.
All the way. You can make that. She can't make it. Oh my god.
Yeah, the sun.
I know.
It just keeps moving and moving. Give me. There's no syrup.
Oh, it's coming at our table.
Stop.
We'll be there in a second.
Don't see.
Hey, watch the stick. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's video.
Ooh, do you mac and cheese bites?
Okay, so we had cheese pizza flatbread. That was super good. Then we had the mac and cheese balls. Super, super good. Then we had the lemon pepper wings. I give those a 7 out of 10. But the mac and cheese balls was like a 10 out of 10. So let's
He
see.
says 47 points. Huh? He says 47 points. He didn't have 47 points? I don't know what I'm making it. That's good, Junior.
160 ball speed right now.
Okay, so we have Dad for birthday and the last round. It didn't look too hot, you guys. And then here's the trainer training all the kids right here. So we're picking a new club.
You mean Xavier's on Daddy's side?
Nope, Daddy. Hold on, let's see.
So for the final one, you better make it out son.
So much pressure. So much pressure.
You got 80 points.
Back up here.
Whoa!
Oh my god!
I'm gonna add some power into it. Ooh.
Let's see, what do you got?
That gate over there. That was
That's a glare.
hot.
You got 20, 30. You got 30. You got 30. We playing Sonic.
You got a high.
Boy, came up in second place.
Let's eat these. We got another round.
They use the bigger ones to let them do it.
So let's see. Woo!
I'm taking it easy on you guys.
Oh, take the three.
This right
They're on
here.
the yellow, man.
Say thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, what's up, y'all? So we are back home. Your girl is tired, okay? It was hot outside. And then little kids just take another level of energy when it's 3 of them. But nevertheless, we had a good time. So I'm actually about to make some spaghetti. Me and my husband are about to tag team. Well, I guess just tag team our side of the room. And we are going to start spring cleaning and taking things out of our room. And so what I'm going to do probably tomorrow is I'm going to sit down with you and I'm going to show you my Notion board. I'm going to walk you through like how did I make my goals for the month and how I break them up into categories. But some of the things that I have on my board are what I'm going to do today, which is cleaning out at least my drawers. I don't know if I'm gonna get to my closet today, but that is on my tackle list. I have 4 things. So I have a tall dresser, then I have half of a like regular horizontal long dresser that I split with my husband. So it's a total of 8 drawers. I keep my stuff decluttered, and so it shouldn't be that much that I need to get rid of. It's more of things just, I'm gonna say, being worn down, like everyday shirts. And well, this ain't no everyday shirt, but you know, like an everyday shirt, like from Fashion Nova, little black, little stretchy $8 shirts. I get a lot of those because I wear them around the house, and then as they get older and age, and then I start wearing them to the gym, and then they definitely just get all out of whack. And so little things like that I got to get rid of. But I would say that I'm living very minimal in terms of clothing right now, primarily because I work from home. Outside of traveling and doing some things out the house, like what we did today for somebody's birthday, I actually don't get out the house a lot. And a lot of people think that I'm always gone when I'm literally right there on that couch. But I'm about to go upstairs, do some decluttering, and then I will sit down and share with you my Notion board. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this started. So made some progress. So I went through the first drawer and I cleaned out all my shirts. Like I said, most of my stuff has already been decluttered. So I got rid of like some tank tops, especially white. I'm starting to realize that I just should stay away from, if it's not like high quality, thick white shirts, like these thick ones I got from like Zara and H&M, because these little flimsy ones from Fashion Nova, if you get one dot on there, even with like the OxyClean, it just does not look as white. But let me show you my side, and then clearly you're gonna see my husband's side. So let's see. Sorry, edit that out. All right, so here are more, I'm not even gonna say seasonal shirts. This is from like a live event I did with a friend. These I'm gonna say are like my gym shirts right here, or I'm gonna say everyday lounge shirts. One random white shirt from Fashion Nova, but usually these shirts I wear to the gym. These shirts I wear around the house. This is just a random tank top. These are all going to somebody. Here are all my Mickey shirts right here and right here. And then here, I had told my husband I'm going to either in the hallway or put together some type of fall winter shirt drawer or box, because these are like for Halloween. This was a special event, so I need something to go into, like maybe a shirt I probably won't wear again, maybe around the house. And then it's like Valentine's Day and Christmas. And then these are also like, he bought me this shirt when we first got engaged. It says like Mrs. Rudd, a little Minnie Mouse shirt. This nigga so tight. Your girl done gained some weight. Can't fit that. And then we had this when we went to Florida with all the kids, and my son had graduated from from elementary school. So this is all my stuff, and a little stack right there on the floor. And then I'm going to go hit up this drawer right here. But look at all my husband's stuff. He going through all this stuff. He has like multiple shirts, and he only went through 2 drawers, and a lot of some of the shirts are duplicated. So he has a lot of progress to be made. Look how simple mine is. And then look at his. Okay, buddy. I could find my shirts better. These are my real shirts. This is just Disney days. This is all I got right here. That's all you got. Look at all that. All right, so we are cleaned out of 3 drawers, and so let me show y'all my progress. So this is all the stuff I'm keeping. So I got me some skirts. This stuff is from Costco, actually. So these were like $12 joggers, and I've had these for most of them like 4 to 5 years. Not a tear. And then these also came from Costco. These were some skirts that I usually wear in the summer. These are some Amazon tops. I have like a sweater to match it, the like zip up long sleeve sweater. These are some shorts from, this whole bed is Costco and Amazon. This is from Costco. All these shorts outside of probably Levi's from Kohl's are from Costco. So I'm going to keep all these. I actually bought most of these last summer. They were like some little 7 shorts. And then I'm going to keep this another year, see if I wear it. If not, I'm going to give that away. Got some Skims swimsuits. These I typically wear to Hawaii, so we'll keep those. And then we have some basic biker shorts from Target, good $6 wears around the house. I've had these Nike pants for so long, but I like the material. Also got, I'm probably gonna get rid of these. So yeah, I'm gonna get rid of those. And then I got some Amazon tights, and then we got some old, like a family reunion we missed, but we had ended up buying the t-shirts. And then I have my workout sets. Majority of them are from Fashion Nova and Amazon. And then I'm actually gonna give away like these swimsuits right here, a mix of Shein and Target. And then some cover-ups that I bought. I actually don't know where I bought these from. I don't know if I bought them from Amazon or the store, but gonna give those up. Gonna also give up these Zara pants. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good where I'm pretty much keeping all of this right here, which is good to fit into the drawer that I have.